All right, this week we're going to read about some monthly debt obligations. If early in this video you think, oh, I've heard this before, there was a question, a frequently asked question that we talked about on video 2, and it touched on some of this, but we're going to go straight through these different obligations now. And this week we'll be talking about different debt obligations that should be considered when in underwriting the loan, including alimony, child support, and separate maintenance agreements. When the borrower is required to pay alimony, child support, or separate maintenance payments under a divorce decree, separation agreement, or any other written legal agreement, those payments must continue to be made more than 10 months. The payments must be considered as part of the borrower's recurring monthly debt obligations. However, voluntary payments do not need to be taken into consideration, and an exception is allowed for alimony. A copy of the divorce decree, separation agreement, court order, or equivalent documentation confirming the amount of the obligation must be obtained and retained in the loan file. Remember, more than 10 months, so 8 months left on this payment, there is some grounds for not counting it. For alimony and separate maintenance obligations, the lender has the option to reduce the qualifying income by the amount of the obligation in lieu of including it as a monthly payment in the calculation of debt to income. I'm trying to think if that would make a difference in the math. If we decrease the income instead of putting it as a debt, it might make a little difference in the ratios. It might be worth doing the math on that at some point. I might address that in the next video. I take that back. You don't have to wait till the next video. I just thought about it and did some math. Let's say that somebody's monthly income is $5,000 a month and their alimony agreement is $1,000 a month, and the house payment's going to be $1,200 a month. I know that's a low one, but just for math, if you do $2,200 of $5,000, that's like 44% debt to income ratio. But if you drop the $1,000 alimony and you go to just $1,200 in debt of $4,000, you got a 30% DTI. So I can see how the difference here can make a difference. Okay. For loan case files underwritten through DU, when using the option of reducing the borrower's monthly qualifying income by the alimony or separate maintenance payment, the lender must enter the amount of the monthly obligation as negative alimony or separate maintenance income amount. If the borrower also receives alimony or separate maintenance income, the amount should be combined and entered as a net amount. I'm trying to process that and comprehend it. If the lender must enter the amount of the monthly obligation as a negative alimony or separate maintenance income amount. Okay, so you put this in income as negative in DU. So there's the answer on alimony, child support, and separate maintenance agreements. Right? Remember, I'm Josh with Churchill Mortgage, and if you don't have a great place to do business, I'd love to talk to you. Can I get that in the screen there? Let's try it again. There we go. Let me put me out of the way. There you go. Josh, Churchill Mortgage. Thanks for listening.